What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I get these 10,000 steps in. The topic at hand is dating on a budget. Honestly, I really don't think you should be dating on a budget, man. If it's one of them things where it's like you gotta wait till payday to take her out, you shouldn't be dating, brother. Like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You don't have the money to date. Women cost money. And that just is what it is. Women cost money. And if you don't have no savings, you one of these brothers out here right now that don't even have $1,000 saved up in their bank account, why are you out here trying to court a woman, man? You cannot afford it. You know, I know we all got needs and whatnot, but you have not placed yourself in a position yet where this is something you can partake in. There's levels to this stuff. You know, there's certain things you have to set up for yourself first before you can start doing certain things. And in the case of dating, because dating costs money, you really shouldn't be wasting resources taking a chick out to get to know her and whatnot when you ain't really got your money together. Getting your money together is way more important. Y'all hear me talk about this a lot. Get your money together. Doing that is way more important than taking some chick out to dinner and a movie. You know, you could be like, oh, she's so special, she's so unique. You know, not really, man. Not really. You may think that she is, but if she was that special, so unique, why hasn't somebody else got her yet and kept her? It's just now your turn to waste time with her. So don't do that. There can be value in dating, but not when you broke, man. So if you dating on a budget, this is not an optimal way to be spending your money, time, and resources. Chances are these relationships, they're not going to go anywhere anyway. She knows that you dealing with limited means, and that's not a turn on to her. She's not viewing you as a long-term option in the first place simply because you got to wait till next week when you get paid to take her out. I mean, let's just be for real here. Like, women are hypergamous. Money matters. Resources matter. And women ultimately are looking for a man that can provide for them and take care of them. And if you gotta wait till next week, till next payday, or if you've blown all of your check within the first couple of days, you gotta wait a whole another 2 weeks for, your paycheck. I mean, that just doesn't make you look like a viable option in her eyes. She'll entertain this. She'll get what she can from you in the meantime. She'll go ahead and go out on that date with you in 2 weeks, but don't expect for her to be just twiddling her thumbs, texting you or whatever for the next 2 weeks and not seeing any other guys in the meantime. More often than not, what happens is she's talking to some other guys, probably sexing some other guys, and when one emerges that she believes is a strong enough candidate, she's going to go with him, and whatever orbiters that she has, she's going to kick them to the curb. When you're dating on a budget, oftentimes you are an orbiter. You are not considered to be the viable option that she's going to go with. I tell y'all this stuff because nobody else will, man. I tell y'all this stuff because not only nobody else will, but I want y'all to get better outcomes than what you've been getting. I've had somebody ask me about this, about the dating on a budget thing. And I told them basically the same things that I'm telling y'all. I don't recommend it. Get your money up. And the dating on a budget thing, it's not even about being able to spend a bunch of money on her when you go out. It's not about that at all. Because some of these people dropping hundreds of dollars, $1,000, $1,500 on a first date, and I think that's silly. So it's not about being able to do that. I strongly recommend against that. I'm just talking about organically being able to go out, casually being able to go out. If you're sitting up talking with her and she's kind of feeling you, and she's like, well, why don't you take me out? Oh, well, I gotta wait till next week before I get paid. Bro, that's a turnoff. That's an extreme turnoff. So any chances that you had with her, any interest that she may have had in you is now gone. It's now gone. Because right out the gate, you're proving that you don't have any money. And if it's like this right now, it's going to keep being like this. At least that's what they think. You know, oftentimes women want a guy that's already together. They don't really want to waste time, you know, being with you while you try to figure it out, while you try to get yourself together. Some will. There are some who will. They'll see something in you, some potential. They're not really entertaining a bunch of men, so they'll stick it out with you while you get your stuff together. And those women are truly great. But we're talking about, you know, what is. We're talking about majority. So we're not going to talk about outlier situations. Even though they exist, they're outlier situations. We're going to talk about majority. And the majority of time, they're not trying to wait for you to get your stuff together because they're really not in a position to wait for you. Women have a accelerated dating path compared to men. So they're not going to spend a bunch of time, you know, their clock is ticking. Beauty fades after a while. Their ability to carry children expires after a while. So they're hardwired to move more progressive than men do. So this isn't a diss to them. That's just nature. So they're not going to waste years and whatever trying to wait for you to get yourself together when there's other options available at the same time that can do the things you can't do. So my recommendation, the dating on a budget, I don't think you should do it. I think you should instead use that time and energy to get your money together, set your life up better, and then you could try dating. Because if you're struggling right now, you're going to be struggling even more trying to date on a budget because you're already limited resources. You're trying to split them to do something that is really premature for you to be doing. So that's it for that, man. I appreciate y'all connecting with me while I do this. Like this video if you liked it. Leave me them comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.